I was hoping that anything that counted basically as a spell could be attached to a weapon. So I was assuming that like I was expecting carrying greatsword, glintstone pebble. Um, the potential issue the potential issue with glintstone pebble is that you have a melee follow up, but I think the spell could just do it. It could have like a little mini carrion piercer along with it. Um, greatsword would be fine. I don't know why you can't do that. Um, Chilling Mist would have been cool too. It would have just done the mist and not applied the buff to the weapon. Same thing with acid and stuff. Phalanx, which I have equipped, would have been similar. I would have wanted basically those to be usable on staves rather than just weapons. And then you have stuff that would have been cool as well, like what are they called? I think I left it on a shield in my box. One of them is like momentary invincibility could have been cool. Probably too strong. One of them just buffs your damage or something. Like gives you a small damage buff. Golden Vow, I think. Yeah. Golden Vow would have been cool because it's like none of these have like a melee component to them. I don't see why you can't put them on a staff, or a seal or whatever. I don't think I can get to... Oh, you know what it is? I gotta go all the way around, cross the river, come back around and do this. So realistically, I need to at least figure out how to get like here-ish. Whatever that ends up meaning. Yeah, I think having just spells be available as weapon arts, like just give me something that like it gives you an extra spell on hand at all times. I think the concern that they might have is that there's so many spell slots that they don't necessarily want that. But give me something for staves, anything. Give me something cool, you know? Right now what I'm doing is just putting like all the spells I care to use on weapons and just swapping to them, with the exception of parry, which I just want just in case. Yeah, that's more of a PvP concern than a PvE one. This kind of looks like it might go up. Don't think I was here before. Oh, geez, okay. Screw that. I think it's meant to encourage battle mages. I do think that they put a lot of effort into encouraging hybrid builds and not necessarily having a strong focus on like just a particular melee weapon build or just strength or just dex or whatever. I think they want quality builds, which they have a lot of stuff for. A lot of dex int and strength faith, a little bit of dex faith and strength int, and I think they also want stuff mixed with arcane a little bit, but apparently that doesn't work very well right now. I think it's a bit bugged. And I think they want int faith. Oh, I haven't seen a telescope in forever. So something I've been thinking about, which I'm going to do, I think. I think the Misercord is going to be... whichever one is the one I want. I guess I'll choose. Just to get some holy damage. Even though I'll get no scaling out of it. I think the Misercord is going to be just for no other reason than to cast Sacred Vow or whatever it is. Yeah, this gives you slightly better attack power and defense, so I have basically a buff now I can cast. And that lasts a good bit, and doesn't go away when I swap out my weapon, so... I'm basically giving myself extra... What I really should do as well, actually, is to probably put another buff weapon on my left hand and move the finger seal to my right. But I typically want to have weapons like attack and riposte on my right, just in case. And that's more of a holdover from PvP stuff, which isn't really relevant right now. Hey, is that my last spell slot? Hold on a sec. Do I have... I think I have only 9. Or 7. Well, I was missing one, yeah. So that is my last spell slot right there. Or right there. I just want to get rid of these. Like here? Close enough. I think. Well, it's up the ridge, wherever this is. I still don't see the other tree though. I think it's maybe just blending in with the... Let's see. So that's where I want to go to get my extra magic. There's the... Oh, it's been... Oh, no wonder. That's why I couldn't tell what I was looking at. Yeah, so the fire giants burned this one down too. Or whoever's in charge of fire right now. So where I am right now, it should be a pretty easy track to just go up and around. And then there's a bridge somewhere. Yeah. You crash spamming waypoints? Oh geez, another thing to worry about. I was getting them from crafting. As there's a summoning pool here. This is gonna be a boss or something? So the map fragment is over there, so I follow the road, but I really don't want to do that right now. I want to get an extra spell slot to contemplate. Oh, geez, okay. That's a lot of damage. Okay, don't get stuck on trees. Oh, fucking hell. I know that's a giant freaking waste, but I just don't want to give up the horse. That is not Glintblade. Ah, fucking hell. No, stop. Can you do a combo with Soul Greatsword? In terms of, can you multi-hit in any way? Or, relative to what, like Dark Souls 2? I don't think you can. I think some of the other bigger stuff can, and I don't know exactly what the... I don't know exactly what the rules are behind it. They do flow? Or, I mean, yeah, like R1, R1. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, they do. They do. I don't want to spend the FP for it. I think there are true combos for certain weapon arts. I don't know which ones they are. It's funny, I was wondering in which different ways they would encourage you to get off the horse. Some of it is like the bears chase you, some of it's shouting attacks, and then, stuff that's not fun to dodge without iframes. Funny enough, I was really speculating about the skeletons because it was like, what would drive you to what makes the revival behavior troublesome, right? And the trick is that you can certainly kill a skeleton safely and then destroy the corpse while you're on foot. But it's a whole different animal when you're on the horse, especially when you're using range attacks. Because you can't... I think you could target the corpse, but it's not like... It doesn't seem to be super reliable. Like, you sometimes can, and I don't know what causes it. Oh, hello. Oops. Horse keeps confusing me because I keep thinking, it's R1 still. Alright, where are we? Who is those two? Oh, second swing. And Moonblade is really saving me here. Yeah, dual weapons I hear, I think they count as getting the two-hand bonus. Something is weird with how their damage is calculated. I think they're putting a lot of effort. I think they're doing something to accommodate having the extra weight and stuff, and having the stats required to one-hand the weapon rather than two. Like, I think they're generally designing those to where if you're wielding two weapons and using the not quite power stance, something is making them better than like two-handing, even if you meet the strength requirement. I don't know if each has its own virtual strength cap or something, where, like two-handing gives you 50% more virtual strength. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but something is putting you at an advantage relative to just a single weapon. I think the downside is the stamina cost. Oh, I see. Is this what we're doing here? I think a bridge gets created. I don't necessarily think it's just here. Or... Oh, no. You know what's going on. Whoops. Ah, I didn't mean to do that. I still get confused with select and start on this. What I wanted to do was just put these things in my inventory. So far down now. I mean, the bloodstains are on these positions, right? So how thick or thin is this road? You know what? We're doing this differently. I'm not wasting all those, because I'm out of rune fragments. So we will try... This is the Priscilla trick as well. If you fight Priscilla in Dark Souls 1, yeah, you can figure out where she is by hitting her with an arrow before she disappears, and then just shoot again every while or so. The gaps here could be really thin. So I'm trying to really feel it out as I go. Just the side, okay. This is gonna drop off pretty soon, I think. Oh. That's a concern. Ah, gotta make more. Hope I can. Oh, we're good. The only issue I have now is, like, how do I get over there? Oh, the platform might be really thin. Oh my god, we're doing this. Are we going around then? Oh, that's not the ground at all. Hmm. This is a bit of a problem. Hmm. I like how the camera's being the biggest asshole right now. Hmm. I think this is loops. This seems like I gotta end up on the horse at some point, jumping over. I can't believe I've already used 90 arrows. Ah, I doubt I can make that jump. But it's too late now. I don't think I can make that jump. Oh shit, I should be looking upwards. Shit. Oh, I can sort of see, you know what? I can sort of see some fog over here. I felt like I almost fell off there. I don't think the effect is distinct up until a certain point, and then they kind of give it to you. Seal on the Rise is opened. Just for getting here, I guess. I don't know what I was gonna get rid of the bow. That's what I was gonna do. Oh, you're not supposed to be in the magic place, Memory Stone. $1,500. I never got the riddle. I don't know where it is, but I never. Oh, was it in the front somewhere? I came in from the other side. Falling snow marks something unseen. I guess that little fog effect is supposed to be falling snow. I think I think they didn't have a good way to duplicate with the way that their snow particles are being rendered. Think they wanted to duplicate the sort of more physical effect done in Crystal Caves. Hey, no. Dyson, you're kidding me. Soul Shower is fucking amazing. Are you kidding me? In this game, you're talking about Magic Downpour? This spell is ridiculously good. Are you kidding me? Against big targets, the damage is huge. It's like one of the better spells, like, damage per FP you can get. Ah, that's the one I want. Oh, I really wanted an Emery slot, but I also take this. Also, Magic Rain of Stars, if it works like the one in, or whatever it's called, Founding Rain of Stars, if this works like the one in the network test, this is probably really strong. The eldest primeval sorcery said to have been discovered by an ancient astrologer, a sorcery of legendary status, summons a dark cloud of stars overhead. Shortly after, the cloud will release a violent deluge of star rain. The sorcery can be cast while in motion, increases potency. Thought to be the founding glintstone sorcery, the glimpse of the primeval current that the astrologer saw became real, and the stars amber rained down on this land. 46 2 slots, 52 requirement. Well, the basic one tracks. This one doesn't. I'm not sure what the damage difference is going to be, but against a big enough target for Magic Downpour, for 25 FP and 15 int required, something where you could reasonably wield it with a Meteorite Staff, it's great. Are you fucking kidding me? It's great. Downpour, though, on smaller targets, I think, isn't as good. And that's where the benefit of the other one comes into play. Especially in PvP. The other one's probably way better for that. Like, they have their uses. I can't believe you guys are discounting all these great-ass spells. Haven't you been watching the playthrough where I'm getting so much damage and so much use at a Downpour? Just because I don't have it attuned right now, it doesn't mean it's not amazing. It's just I'm not expecting to fight giant targets and needing lots of FP right now. I can blow lots of FP and I'm not fighting a lot of giant targets. That's also why I'm like hitting every random thing with Moonblade. I will say Magma Shot's probably going to get taken out. I can see where it's going to be useful, but it has to be like on slower targets and stuff. Like this would be good against bosses. But it's just not helping right now. Also, 76 per hit would be really excellent. Because it's going to tick like maybe 5 or 8 times. And that will be on a, you know, whatever's in the area, so pretty good. But yeah, I guess I need to show like footage of showing how these spells are great and why and where, so you can make a video of it, because I think people don't get it. It's also my most requested video that I should be putting out on that poll I put up on YouTube earlier. Whenever I get back around to making videos, which will probably be after I finish my playthrough and have some time for PvP and stuff, I'm going to work on some videos, and one of them will absolutely be like, here's the cool spells and what makes them great. I'll probably have another video saying, these spells did make the cut, I don't know what to do with them, feel free to let me know what to do with them in the comments. Like, the very few spells that I have no use for, and that would be stuff like Crystal Barrage, because everything else I can find a situation where they'd be very powerful. And some of them tend to have really low requirements. So, for example, Shatter Earth and Rock Blaster as well. Rock Blaster I see more use for. Shatter Earth, probably mostly like Meteorite Staff. Very low Int and Mind. potentially great in certain scenarios. But like most of the stuff in the list is really great. Some of it is so situational, and they're not situations that I'll come into very often. But yeah, I can find a use for every single one of these that is going to be worth the attunement slot and worth the FP. Except for crystal, or glintstone, whatever the hell this thing was. Crystal Barrage. And Crystal Torrent is actually great. I need to get at least like there. Oh, I need to get across the other side and then okay. So I took the bridge up here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just go back over here and then just grab this, and then I'll come back around. Then I can minimize how many things respawn. Also, that means I gotta cross whatever's going on over here. Sort of lost track of the way down from here. I think going across that bridge is maybe not the best idea for getting back without just teleporting. Is there an Evergel here? Are you kidding me? And these all point to it by default. Yeah, Lord Contender. Let's see if this is a Lord Contender or a Lord Pretender. Alright, what are you? Who are you? Oh, little dude, no! Roundtable Knight, like... Gotta not do that. No, I see you trying to cast bullshit lighting on me. Scary. This, you know, actually, you know what this reminds me of? This dude? If I get you to stop for a second. Oh, that's some range. Nope. No, whoa. I'm gonna try to knock him down and do some... I'm gonna try to do some meaties, but... Not when you can cast that. Yeah, I think anything that keeps pressure on an NPC, any like blender style attacks are going to be really strong. Put that shit away. Alright. Vike's Dragon Bolt. Fingerprint, helm, armor, gauntlets. Fingerprint is an interesting name. Bolsters right hand armament and body with red lightning. Summons red lightning to bolster both the caster's body and their armament held in their right hands. Enchants armament with lightning affinity attacks and increases maximum equipment load. However, lightning damage negation will be reduced. Of all the knights, Vike the Dragon Spear was the one Lancy... I don't know if this is doing that Creole, like, EAU thing. Lancex? I'm not sure which. Was the one they liked the most. They loved the most. Hey, Joe. Did they have a weapon? Did I pick a weapon up? I don't think so. This is the armor, I think. Let's see. Fingerprints. I forgot I picked this up. Iron helm singed and blistered by fingers. Worn by Vike, Knight in the Round Table hold. No other tarnished was closer to the throne of the Elden Lord than Vike, but without announcement, Vike traveled far below the capital and was scorched by the flame of frenzy. Aha. The three fingers. Did he make his choice for his maiden, or did some other force lure him with suggestion? Here we go. Are they all the same then? Thinking about making as pure an archer, it looks like ranger builds are going to be fucking strong in this game. Not only because of all the arrow skills, not only because of the bows being good, but also because of the crafting system. Not only tons of choices for your arrows, but all of the, like, everything that goes with, like all the consumable throwing items and everything scales with a leaning towards dex, but very quality oriented for stats. And something is just jumping off ledges. Like, my next build will be a quality build, and it will have it's going to focus probably on the bow. It's going to be like bow, longsword. Something in that range. Maybe halberd, I don't know. Might be like left hands, parry bowl. Left hand parry cestus, and then right hands halberd, and then you know, like bow and I don't know, maybe just bow and crossbow. Not super sure. Maybe great bow. Like, you could lean into the archery, like, all of the archery stuff, you could lean into very well, it would be very strong. There we go. Staff of the Guilty. There's another staff, or, like, I thought we were kind of done with staffs. Where is it? Boosts Thorn Sorcery and causes slight blood loss buildup? Heretical staff fashioned from a smoldering, withered sapling that turns the blood of sacrifices pierced by it into glintstone. Similar to hex magic. Sorceries were scaled with faith rather than intelligence when wielding the staff. Very low stat requirements. Which enhances thorn sorceries in particular. So, wow, that's, oh man, it's like, the cross, if there happens to be a seal that scales the other way, I'd be so happy. Scale incantations with my intelligence, because I could benefit from that a lot. Is it known if cookbooks carried a New Game Plus? If they don't, I'd be shocked. FromSoft's been pretty good about that sort of stuff. Whoa! fuck was that all about? That's not what I wanted. I keep choosing Piercer instead of... oh, they got blood stuff. I keep choosing Piercer instead of Glint Blade. My brain just can't handle it. That's a cool spell. Oh, we got a boss coming up, I think. I don't see anything big. Can I heal these? I think I was canceling it running down ledges. I think these are all the fire blood people. Flame mace. Yeah, these are all the fire monks too. That's a big dude. The health on that one. Oh, jeez. Careful. Oh, I get hit by briars is what happened, I think. Have a mess with the flask? Yeah, I've got a flask right now that's pretty good. I just tend to save it. I tend to save it for bosses or desperate scenarios, which I might have to now go for. Oh, Smo, no! No, fake Smo, please. Oh, shit. This keeps going. It's still going. Are you kidding me? Please stop. Please stop. Or... There we go. I don't know where I got 100,000 souls from. Didn't I already spend all my runes very recently? How much am I getting? 613 from these. Mage friends have been having a fun time with some superb magic. Yeah, so like you can use Comet Azure with Terra Magicus and that flask and just go ham. I tend to not have the opportunity to sit still that much. And I don't do that much damage. I'm doing like, I could do 1,000 in a couple seconds maybe, but like not like, I think there might be some other stuff people are doing to make stuff stronger, like using Azure Staff. Probably some other buffs as well. I think there's another ring that does some stuff. Kragus spell that inflicts rot. I know what rot is. Do you know how long I've been playing this game? And I certainly know what rot is. I mean, I literally ran through like a kilometer square of rot at least. No, there's already some weapons I got as well that do rot. And then there's a dragon head thing that does rot. You guys are strong. That is not Glintstone Pebble. I don't know if I've just been... Oh, you know what it is? It's the same thing I keep doing every single time. The HUD goes away. And then I go to change my spell, and it doesn't. It just brings the HUD back up. That's a UX thing I want to be able to configure. Damn, I hate that HUD going away. I was like, if there is a UX thing that I want them to do, that's one. Better handle that. I would love to be able to turn it off to where, like, if the HUD goes away, I hit up or down. Don't just bring the HUD back. Switch to the next thing. I know where I'm at. Or, what also would be good is more conditional control over what portions of the HUD hide and don't. If you had granularity to it, I'd totally make changes. Guardians Garrison. Guardians of the Flame. Funny thing is that even though like Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring both have some sort of option to hide the HUD, Dark Souls 2, Flame Guardian as a player character. Dark Souls 2 by far had the best HUD hiding of the entirety of anything. I don't know if I'd consider it to be perfect, but without any thought, I would try to declare it as such. They did things like show your stamina consumption on use, and only the stamina consumption, when sprinting and stuff, which Dark Souls 3 didn't. Stuff like that was like important shit that I want more control over. When I played Dark Souls 2, especially for Spellcaster PvP, as much as I wanted the auto HUD, even in Dark Souls 2, I ended up turning it off just because I need to know what spells I'm at. Like, and like, it's more important for, obviously, for PvP than it is for PvE, so while for PvE I can get by, for PvP I had to leave it on. Sometimes you cast the same buff twice because it hides in it. Yeah, it eats the switch input. Personally, I'm fine with the two-handiness. Like, if I want to get to the left weapon, being able to do it as quickly as I can, I like. Oh, that's a... Is this... I wonder if this is just a giant then, and all the random giant skulls weren't just like... You know, the funny thing is, it's got to be the case. So here's the thing. So normally you would look at this stuff, especially in other games, and even in past Souls games, and you would be like, oh, this is just like scenic bullshit, right? This is just an aesthetic thing. No, this is probably just a giant from which the trolls descended from, and apparently the giants were way bigger than I would have thought. One thing that I would like, I will say though, is I want more ability to configure the controls, because I know even though I'm satisfied with the majority of what is there, I think a lot of people hate a lot of it. Like, for example, L3 to crouch. Even for me, when I'm running around, I'll be like, especially if I'm like really trying to get away from a boss, and then I suddenly crouch and don't even realize. That shit sucks. Where is it? I hear it. Maybe it's underground, I don't know. It keeps coming up on my right. I'm listening to wherever this scarab is. Oh, there we go. I was about to say. Prelate's Charge. Oh, it's the spear skill. Large and colossal axes and hammers. Oh, it's not a Spear Skill at all. It is literally Smo's one. Slam armament into the ground to create a surge of flames, then charge in. Hold to continue the charge. Doesn't say how much it costs, but... yeah. So they literally added not only the butt stomp, but they added the charge as well. I hope this is safe. You find 2 inputs. This is slow, if not slower than a quick hold. It depends on how hard it is to get your... what? Really? Cannot cue the hand switch input. That can be added without changing the rest. I think the concern is that they might make, like, for example, queuing additional swings in, they might be treating that as higher priority. So, like, even if you R1 and then hold Y and then... no, they allow you to do it. I don't know if it buffers, but you can certainly do it. You can interrupt your swing combo. It might need a cleaner input than you would think. And I know for me, like, I definitely need... like, I need to have cleaner inputs when I'm switching, because I keep casting spells and doing stupid shit with it. I think the concern might mostly be that it's just awkward, or the fact that it's unfamiliar now. I think a better example of how the controls can be weird is needing to hold Y and then either claw grip or something to do, or get your thumb off the analog stick to hit the D-pad. That, I think, I want input alternatives for, and it makes me wish I was playing on an Elite controller. Because if I could have the D-pad buttons just on the, you know, on the paddles, I would much rather do that. In fact, I was experimenting with that with spellcasting in Dark Souls 3, and I would have kept experimenting with that had I not played too much Absolver with the Elite controller, and the right analog stick gave out. It started drifting up into the left.
We're almost there. The flame of ruin lies just ahead. I'm glad it was you I traveled with. I must tender my thanks to Torrent, too. Thank you, Torrent. Please continue to lend your aid. Till the end. Shall I turn your runes to strength?
And get some more of that endurance.
Rest upon you.
Even after 125 hours and a lot of familiarity, you hate it way more than the old system? How many hours have you played Souls, though? You've probably played Souls... If it was less than 2,000 hours, I'd be shocked. And it's probably a lot more than that. So the muscle memory is still going to be stuck there for a while. Flame Peak. These kind of look like frozen giants. In fact, they probably are, partly because of the size, but also because the giants were seemed to have been mostly cultivating fire, and whoever was fighting them, yeah, these are giants. I'll give you an upvote for that one. Gotten killed a few times when rebuffing your weapon and then trying to cue the hand switch. Yeah, that I can understand, and I don't necessarily think that means that Y plus, you know, Elder R is bad. I think that means that the input queuing could probably be better. Like, you understand what I'm saying, right? Like Frost Roll. Oh, they fucking... everything rolls in this game. Well, what do you think about fire? Does it wake you up or make you feel worse? Luckily, Frostblade still does some good damage because I'd expect them to be somewhat resistant to it, being a cold attack. I probably just can't freeze them. That's probably the big thing. Well, I don't know. Maybe the trolls can't be frozen easily, but the giants can. You don't think it offers nearly enough utility to justify the AUK over the old system? I do. I absolutely do. And the reason why is because not only is it making it slightly faster to do these inputs, left and right, which I think, like, hitting two buttons is always faster than holding and waiting. Like, you have to understand, like, physically that is faster. Even if it might be slower because you're confused as to what the input is, because you've been playing Souls games for like thousands of hours, I still find it hard to get used to, even though I think it's still better. Or at least faster, anyways. But the other thing is, though, you get control over, for example, 4 extra item slots. And now that they have so many other good items that are worth using, especially, like, if I wasn't using magic, I'd be using these a lot more. If I had, if I didn't have as much FP and my intelligence wasn't so high, I'd be using these way more. For the quality build, I'm going to be using this all the freaking time. What I really wish you could do, which you can't right now, is I wish you could put spells in those slots. Both sorceries and incantations. I want a system that has the same ability to switch as Code Vein, where you have, you know, in Code Vein's case, you have eight different gifts available on a single button press. Oh my god. The other thing is that in order to incorporate a jump button, having to move Xbox A or, you know, cross, you have to have a place for that. And in doing so, it makes it harder to have single button presses or hold switch your weapon. So it's like you don't have the room to fit that if you want jump to be bottom face button, basically. So, like, if there wasn't a jump button, it would be easier to justify saying, okay, well, you know, why not just allow the press and hold or the tap? But in this case, it's like, you know, it's not as easily an option because where are you going to put it? If jump is a button that is mandatory and needs to be on the press and not the release, and you need to have quick access to it, so it can't be tied to sprinting anymore. Like your sprint and roll, then you're kind of out of options. But on the flip side, especially for PC, I really wish you could just have separate inputs for everything. And then the problem solves itself. Oh yeah. I did get that map. Damn, look at the size of that. I mean, a lot of it's not traversable, but this is still, like, I think similar in size to Limgrave, yeah. In terms of at least traversable area.